Day 2, Water Gun Day. We must stay vigilant. There's talks of a 100-foot-long ice cream sundae in a rain gutter. Spoiler alert, we will not make it on time for that ice cream sundae. Future spoilers alerts. We will still eat what we find in that rain gutter. The camp set it up that way. They were trying to break a Guinness record for longest sundae. You're not gonna tell a bunch of crazy kids not to eat bananas covered in melted ice cream, though. It was good. We dug it. The worst thing about Water Gun Day was if you were a poor kid, you were stuck with the Dollar General water guns that really only give you about 2 to 3 shots until the trigger froze to the gun. You had to pop the cork off the back and just shake it at people. Meanwhile, the rich kids are doing flybys, shooting your eyebrows off with their Super Soaker 9000s. But what we had were buckets and a willingness to ambush. We went full tilt Lord of the Flies. We were hiding at the beginning of trails, and at the end, we were splitting up. We had calls to one another. As soon as the kids went into the trail, we would jump out and throw buckets of water on them and do some weird, like, and the kids at the end of the trail got ready. They hid in the bushes and hit them as they were coming out. It was only about an hour of this until all of our guns and buckets were confiscated. They took our buckets. Apparently some kid put bleach in his gun and ruined a couple kids' uniforms. There's always that one psycho kid. You know, he's standing in the corner talking about they must be punished. Every freaking campground has one. We didn't really care, though. Later on that afternoon, my buddy Javier and I were station leaders. This was the very first year we ever got to do this. We got to run one of the stations. It's basically just like a class that you teach. It did kind of kill a childhood memory of mine. We used to make little plaster forms of animal tracks in this one clearing. It was like a little stream and the woods were by it. Well, we got there and the troop leader was like, all right, here's your little tracks. Go out there and make them. I was like, what are you talking about, make them? These are real animal tracks. He's like, they're not real animal tracks. Have you ever seen a bear around here? You ever seen a bobcat? Why the hell are all these animals chilling by one another? Do you think this is Alice in Wonderland, kid? Come on. I was like, yes, I do. I really thought there was like an animal tea party. I thought Mr. Bobcat, Mr. Bear, Mr. Wolf, Mr. Tiger. Okay, I see my error now. I see why I should not have thought these things. So we're out there making the tracks, and of course, we get the worst person on the face of the earth. This dude comes in and like his kids are out running around. They're so excited. They're like, I found a track. There's an eagle track next to this bear. And we're like, oh man, we did not do a good job of like laying the tracks out. And of course the dad's like, yeah, you guys did it, man. This is ridiculous. My kids deserve so much more than this. And so he's like yelling at us. We're like, sir, I'm so sorry. And we're like, hey man, by the way, dude, I'm really sorry, but you need to stay off this ledge here. Like there's sinkholes all over the place. And like they told us, keep away from this. And he's like, you don't tell me what to do, kids. And of course, at that moment, Mother Nature said, I will give you what you deserve. And the ground opened up and he fell about waist deep. He was fine, but he was trapped in the earth. The earth literally swallowed this man. And we're sitting there trying not to crack up and die of laughter at this man who is stuck in the earth. So we're like, we go over there, we're trying to get him out. And he's like, don't touch me. And so we step back. He's like, why aren't you helping me? And we're like, oh my God, how much longer can this possibly go on? So we finally wedge him out. He's pissed off. He's screaming at the kids. He leaves the children there. They all run after him, and we're like, oh my God, what the heck are we supposed to do? And so we look at each other, we're like, this is our first session of the afternoon. We have like 3 more of these, so I guess we should leave. That was our decision. So we went hiking, and we're going on this trail, and we open into a valley, and there we see the counselor that we're supposed to not find ourselves in the woods alone with. His name was Rick. We had a nickname. It rhymes with AP. It was AP Rick. So we see him. He turns and spots us with his predator eyes and his predator smile, and he's excited. We're terrified. He's happy. We are sad. We bolt back on the trail. Javier grabs me. He's like, wait, dude, hold up. I think he came in the woods after us. So we go back out into the clearing, and sure enough, we look down the trail, and there he is on the trail. We're not even sure if this dude's really bad. We've just been told, don't find yourself alone in the woods with him. I don't know. He murders you, he eats you. I'm not sure what he does, but I don't want to find out. So we take off and we head back to camp. Find my mom, and we're like, hey, this was creepy. Can we go talk to somebody about it? So we go to the main head honcho of the whole camp. And we're like, dude, this is weird. He was chasing us, man. Can we put a bell on him so we know he's coming? Maybe strap an old chastity belt on old AP Rick. And so the guy he's like, hey, aren't you glad you had a buddy? And we're like, oh my fucking God, are you serious, dude? But that's how they handled problems back in the day. They're like, you had a buddy? Nothing happened to you. That's my story for today, guys. I'm going to start a subscriber drive. I would like to also give back a little bit, so I'm going to run it through the month of October and about halfway through November, November 15th. All you have to do is subscribe, and I'm going to kick out a $100 gift card. Just subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll choose it around that time. Should be good for Christmas, kind of send something out to folks. Once again, I'm Jack. This is my couch. I'm off the couch. So hit the old subscribe button. Give me if you laughed at all, and I'll see you guys real soon.